Hey everyone, this is Steve. I've got 5 things to tell you about really quickly in this week's update. First of all, Seamless Summer is going great. I'm really proud of our people as we've been out there. I think we've fed over 500 meals now to kids out there at the LJ Elementary School. Man, Richard Edwards, you're the man. Thank you for all that you have been doing out there ever since we started this project this summer. I really appreciate you. If you haven't been part of Seamless Summer, I would really encourage you to be part of it. It's been a fantastic experience. We're not just feeding kids, but we're making connections with kids. I'm trying to just be out there and play with them some and get to know them. I'm doing everything from handing out lunches to laying down on the concrete and letting them draw outlines of me with chalk, which is kind of a weird experience. But you ought to come out there and be part of it with us. It's a lot of fun. It takes less than an hour a day, and you can sign up to come out there for 1 day or 1 week or every Thursday or whatever you want to do. It's just a great experience in making the gospel relevant in our community. If you're interested in doing that, just email us right here at this email address, and we'll get you hooked up for that. The second thing is this. I'd like to ask us to be praying for the Baptists, the Southern Baptists. That's right, we're not a Baptist church, but I'm an ordained Baptist pastor. And they're having their annual meeting this week, and apparently this week they're deciding about whether or not to sever ties with the Boy Scouts of America over the Boy Scouts' decision to admit homosexual kids into the Boy Scouts. I know it's a controversial deal. It's kind of a big deal. We've talked about it a little bit as a church, and I was expecting to have a blog post about it up online by this time, but I didn't know they were going to be voting on that, and I thought I'd just wait to see what they do and get that blog post up tomorrow, and we can talk about that some more. But be praying for the Southern Baptists as they have their big meeting, and they decide that this week. Third thing is this Sunday is Father's Day. I know we made a big deal about Mom just a couple of weeks ago. It's time to make a big deal for Dad, so I hope you got something planned for Dad this weekend. We're going to be continuing our series called Real Life 2, and we're going to be talking about the Lone Ranger. And I think it's going to be a special weekend this weekend because I'm not going to do the typical Sunday morning sermon. I'm going to have a little bit of a sermon, but we're going to be celebrating community by having the Lord's Supper together this weekend. I think it's going to be real special, so I'm going to ask you to come prayed up and prepared because we're going to encounter God in a really unique way by experiencing the Lord's Supper together this coming Sunday. Last thing I want to mention is that I'm really excited about us being able to provide a vacation Bible school for the first time ever this year. We're going to be introducing that concept to our community in a unique way. On July the 4th, apparently every year, all the locals know that the best place to watch the local fireworks is in the LJ Elementary School parking lot. Man, they're coming to our doorstep. Why aren't we there introducing ourselves to the community? I didn't even know that was a thing. So this year on July the 4th, we're going to be out there. We're going to be handing out bottles of water with the Orchard name on it. We're going to be giving out glow sticks to kids, and we're going to be inviting them to VBS. We're also going to try to do snow cones and a few other things. And it ought to be a lot of fun. And we could really use some help. We could use some extra hands and feet to give out water bottles and just to represent the church well. If you think you can volunteer a few hours on July the 4th to just represent the Orchard Church by handing out water bottles and glow sticks, email us right here at this location and we'll get you hooked up for that because it sure would be a great way for us to continue to make the gospel relevant in our community. Let's talk about it, and I hope to see you this coming Sunday at 10 o'clock for church services. See you then.